Welcome. Welcome to episode five.
Five.
Yeah, we made it to number 5.
Halfway to double digits.
I know, we're so close. Well, we're not really close. But welcome to episode 5 of the Wellness Wednesday podcast. We are doing another guest episode because our lovely co-host Logan is still coming back from vacation.
He's drowned in the pool. He's actually at the bottom.
He's at the bottom.
You just can't
So, this is our guest Ainsley. We figured we had our friend Evan on, and we should even it out by having our other friend Ainsley on.
The best.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Ainsley.
She's a middle college girl.
I am a middle college girl. I take college classes at West Valley.
Smart.
I did have to drop a couple classes this summer, but it's okay.
Why would we have to do that? Are we struggling, buddy?
Actually, I hate you, but yeah. So it was like my bio professor. It was combined bio lecture and lab. And my bio professor was like, yeah, you have to do 50 hours of work for these classes.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
That's
per
50 hours
week.
a week?
A week, yeah.
Ooh.
And then I also had an English class. And then I also had work because I work at Baskin Robbins. So.
Also, quick rule of thumb for the podcast. We try not to talk over each other or talk too loudly because the mics peak really, really badly. Like we learned in episode number 1.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, period.
And then try and censor the language, but it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
We try to keep it like PG-13 and we get like 3 F words. Like that's kind of where we try to cut it, but that's it.
I remember it was really funny because I once cussed in front of like, what was her name? This one PE teacher at Union. And she got so mad at me that I literally put a rubber band on my arm, and every time I cussed, I would slap myself with the rubber band.
I remember you doing that.
Yeah, because I'm just so afraid of teachers being mad at me. I literally cried when I had to drop
I
it.
kind of got to the point where like I've had teachers that I'm super close to, like last year, like Mr. Castillo.
Yeah.
And
He was
like,
a G.
He's such a goat.
Yeah.
I would I don't know if you ever, I don't know because you weren't really there this year, but so we had this English teacher, Mr. Castillo. He was awesome. He was fantastic. But we had to teach him what the word goon meant.
Oh,
you
God.
had to teach him, actually.
And it was pretty fun.
Well, okay, it was even worse because in our period we had Gianni, me, and Nick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and it was also funny
yes.
because, so we were doing this lecture one day. We're doing this lecture about how kids nowadays are dating less and going outside less and doing things less. And he was like, okay, everybody raise your hands if you've gone on a date just by yourself. And like, I want to say at least half the class raised their hand, and he goes, "Okay, period 2, get some." And he goes, "Oh, wait, I shouldn't have said that."
That's crazy.
To his point, though, it was like later in the year, so it was kind of like, like we knew him. It's okay.
That last couple,
so funny.
That last couple months was awesome because it was me, you, and Nick at one table. That never happened.
I feel like the last month he kind of gave up on trying to like censor the madness, so to speak. And like really,
especially
like,
us. He just kind of gave up on censoring us.
Oh yeah, he kind of just let us loose.
He's not gonna put his energy into something that's not gonna change.
Yeah,
it's not gonna change.
But I think he was just a cool guy. Thank you for fixing that. I love you.
I got you, baby.
Our beautiful co-host Jacob is fixing a little bit of a racket that's being made.
I'm just gonna shut off the power.
How does that?
Pool filter.
But I'll tell you a funny story. So I was
you're just gonna tell it to Mel? You're not gonna tell it to all of us?
actually this is a 2-person pod, so zoom in the camera, let's talk. But
what's your story? What's the saga?
So yesterday morning I had to go leave for a dermatology appointment, and my car literally, not my car, my great aunt's car, broke down.
Dang.
The battery died. It was so bad, and I couldn't turn the car on, and all the like buttons were like beeping and all this stuff, and I don't know cars. Okay, shout out to all the girlies who know cars. I don't know what a car is. I popped open the trunk after because I was like, first I asked my dad. I was like, Dad, please help me. But then I was also like, I called like my great aunt's daughter who like usually drives the car most of the time.
Yeah.
And so we popped the trunk and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Can't explain it to me. That doesn't make any sense. And so I was like, we eventually figured it out. We had to get a new battery, but like I was like freaking out because I was like, why does the car have to break down the minute I get it? You know what I mean? I felt
It's
so
your
bad.
fault.
Yeah, it was
Did
actually.
did you have to like call AAA or?
Oh yeah, we called the
Yeah.
AAA guy, and he got like a new battery. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
She's
My
not
brother does
completely
that.
broke.
Oh yeah,
You saved her. She's alive.
yeah. Your brother does AAA.
When my brother's here for the summer from college, he works under my stepdad and does the battery truck or the battery van for AAA.
Oh nice.
Actually,
Where was
your
he
brother?
yesterday?
I don't know if he was even working yesterday, but he does that, and then I know recently he's been training to be able to actually be one of the towers. So like if you really need, if it's really that bad, you need to tow your car, he can do that. But so he's been trained to. I found out actually surprisingly, you don't need to have a Class B license to do that.
Oh, wow.
I
You
thought
don't because it's a normal car. It's just it's extended.
No, but I thought
it
for
fun?
those cars, because it had the extra, because it's
Question?
Yeah,
it's the
okay, yeah, I
tow
see what you
car, you'd have to
Well,
have a Class B license. But you
that's
actually don't.
yeah. It's
I
actually
was-
the same with like RVs. You don't need to.
I know, which is kind of weird. You
I know,
think for
I
like
know.
a car that's that big, you'd need a more apt license, but
Yeah.
you don't.
I'm trying to get my once the time is correct. I want to get my Class A license so I can drive anything on the road.
Class A license, wow, that's a.
My
probably
dad has it.
A big.
My uncle has
test.
it. I think my grandpa has it.
Do you have to like do a huge test for that, or?
It's just like getting your Class C license, except it's just more like hands-on stuff. I think.
Gosh.
Do you already have your Class C license?
No.
He's getting it.
I get it July 3rd, all right?
Hopefully, fingers
Hopefully.
crossed.
Okay, I got my permit first try.
It's okay. I failed my first driver's test.
Really?
Yeah, my
Wow.
dad's car, like the engine died.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you didn't fail, the car failed.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I did also hit a curb, but
Oh.
No, me too. Me too.
My
Okay.
I got my license on the first try, but I was really worried because we were pulling back into the DMV, and the lady goes, "Okay, this is what you did wrong," and she pulls out a little map, and she goes, "Right here, when you made this turn, there was a car coming, and it was gonna turn, but you didn't wait till that car finished its turn to complete your turn. So what you should have done is waited, because if that car turned off their blinker and decided to go straight, you would have got hit. It would have been your fault." And I was like, "What?" So I was like, "Oh, so I failed. Cool." And then she was like, "Can I get a drum roll?" And I was like,
girl.
don't do this to me. I know I failed. So I just started going like this on the dash or on the center console. She goes, "You passed. You only actually made 4 mistakes, lol." And I was like, "Oh my god, I hate you. I hate you." I hate you.
Wow, that's insane.
But I was so relieved when she said that because I was like, "Oh my god, I'm the biggest failure ever. Like I
Oh,
don't
no,
deserve to be
yeah.
alive. Like
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
awful." And then I got my license. I was like, "Yes, yes."
Wait, where did you take yours?
I went to Santa Teresa.
oh,
But-
I'm
and-
going there soon.
Dude, the messed up thing about Santa Teresa is on the outside, they have this old Datsun cut up,
Yeah.
and it's so funny because that's one of like the rarest cars now.
Yeah.
And it's like a
It just
super
pains
expensive
you to
car.
look at it.
And it pains me to go there and see this car flayed and mangled on the wall. It's so disturbing.
You know what I realized?
What?
That my uncle pointed out? If I go with the driver instructor, they might have a Prius.
Oh,
My worst enemy.
I think
I
mine had
hate Prius.
like a
hate
Ford
Priuses.
sedan or like a Chevy sedan.
Oh, I just
I'm-
drive whoever. Oh yeah.
I think I'm
They're-
either going to be taking mine in my truck or in my my mom's Sequoia.
Really?
I'm really good at my
I
mom's
took
Sequoia.
mine in my like grandma's sedan, and it was super easy. I would just drive the car.
They're cringy little cars.
for the first time.
Oh.
They're little derpies.
I hate Priuses. I hate Cybertrucks. I hate Teslas.
Oh my god.
Thank God.
Tesla's
I
so good.
hate like so many cars on the road. Like my
Just don't know
mom.
how to drive.
We also have beef with like BMWs and stuff.
No,
Really?
Yeah.
some BMWs.
Some BMWs.
Dude, I just feel like no matter where you go in the entirety of the United States, if you run into a Tesla or a Prius, they don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, actually,
they don't know how to drive.
sometimes we'll get lucky and there'll be a fast Tesla that
Okay.
actually like.
Oh yeah.
But
guns
that's
it,
the
and I'm
thing.
like, yeah.
They only know how to go either super slow and
way
or
too fast.
like rage baiting, or they're speed racers.
I'm gonna
That's
say
true.
this, maybe a little bit of a hot take amongst my fellow Prius haters. The new, like 2024, 2025 Priuses,
Don't say it. Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say.
they actually look kind of nice.
They
Oh
actually
my God.
compared.
All right, I'm gonna throw you in the
compared to
pool.
I
Girl,
hate-
No, compared. Okay, I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know if they're gonna drive differently, but at least they look a little
I'm gonna
less
be honest.
derpy.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the reason I like them. Let me defend myself here before I get crucified.
No.
Let me defend myself. I think the reason that I like them is because you cannot tell it's a Prius. It looks
Yes,
like
you can.
If it's
no,
all
you
black,
can't.
if it's all black,
it looks
they
like
actually look
any
pretty
other.
sleek.
It looks
It's
like
like
any
Batman
other
movie.
like Toyota
I
sedan.
don't even know what to say to you.
I'm gonna be honest. It actually looks really nice, and I don't think I would buy one just for the fact that I think people would yell.
It looks like a
oh
Tesla.
yeah, I wouldn't
No,
buy
it doesn't.
one.
Let me
Oh,
see this.
actually, maybe.
Let me make sure it looks.
That looks like a
good.
Tesla.
No, why?
Actually-
First of all, why are you looking at the ugliest color? It looks like this.
That's so ugly.
Oh,
and you
that
know
is
what's the
ugly.
worst
Not
part
even
about what
looking
you
at
just
Tesla.
said? The worst part about what you said is that my dad said the exact same thing.
Really?
My dad said the exact same thing, and my mom almost beat him up.
Yeah, this looks
My
like
mom, she was like, "Get out of the house."
this looks like a Tesla.
No,
Okay, but
I
all
mean,
black, like pitch black.
I
not
think the
that
black
ugly-ass
one looks
gray.
good.
Like
If-
I
a
think
okay.
the black or the gray one looks.
Okay,
No, the gray looks like a Tesla.
I'm just filled with a bunch of haters.
Okay. If I had to get a sedan, which I'm not a sedan guy at all.
We can tell.
Yeah. Okay. You can.
But what truck would you get that you
No,
don't
hold
need?
on. A sedan. I would.
Oh, you get a sedan. Okay.
Like if we're
If you
talking
had to get a
sedans,
sedan.
if I had to get a sedan, probably a Honda CR. Not. I almost just said a motorcycle. Now the. Why am I
Civic.
blanking? Yeah, the Civic, but like with a wing.
I think it's so funny
Is that-
when. So
I don't do JDM. I'm more American. Right?
that's insane to me.
Why?
I don't know. I just think that like buying look.
Or a Beamer.
I
Or a
think there's
Mercedes.
certain cars that like if you put a wing on it, it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Our producer for this episode is flipping me off right now. Which is crazy. Also, I don't know if people know this about the podcast. I do the editing.
Hey,
So
and you
it-
do an awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
great job. Great job.
It's kind of like a one-man band, you know. I'm just kinda
Okay.
Like, I'm kind of like
Hold
the,
on.
I'm kind of like the group.
Okay, Jesus.
I'm kind of like the group leader.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah,
God, you're like the
speaking
group
of-
martyr, bro.
Just jump in the pool.
Hey, I've forgotten for a couple weeks, but speaking about editing, I gotta talk to you later about that because I have.
Oh no, he has words for me.
Yeah, I have words for you.
Oh no, my mic was like falling over that whole time.
Specific ones.
I'm kidding. I love you. I love you.
No, I do the editing. I do some of the Instagram posts. I actually do all the Instagram posts. It's
My-
Hey, I did the first
They're
couple.
rolling.
you did the first like two,
I
and that's
actually
only
don't
because I
have the
didn't have
Instagram.
my phone.
Couple,
No, you did the
couple
first.
means
I don't
two
have access.
by definition.
Okay, all right. You didn't have to be like that.
Also, what is this pose our producer is hitting? Like
The man
like
spread
the-
pose.
Oh,
the
yeah.
man's
Man
Oh
spread,
my
but comes
God.
down in the middle.
Okay, so I recently went to the Metallica concert.
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out
I saw that. I
Metallica.
saw that.
It was freaking amazing. So we're cheap, and we were not gonna spend $300 on like standing like
The
field floor tickets. So we decided let's pay like the $40 or whatever to sit up in like the nosebleeds. It was first of all Levi Stadium, beautiful. That stadium's awesome. So we're up in the nosebleeds, and we're probably like the middle of the row. And the first day, Friday, there's nobody on either side of us. So I'm like, oh dang, this is great. We go there the second day, it's packed. I literally have to go like this because I got my dad next to me. My dad's a bigger guy, so he's like naturally taking up space. And this other guy next to me, I don't know if he just, had the world's biggest freaking undercarriage, but he's stands up like this the whole night, and I wanted so badly to just go like this, go boom, and just whack him.
Oh my god.
But it was bad. It was so frustrating because I was just sitting there kind of sick. I don't know if you can hear my voice. I'm a little sick.
I've noticed.
I was sitting there a little
Sicky.
sickly, and I just so badly wanted to punch this dude for making me freaking shrivel myself up and
Shrivel.
sit all
Yeah.
petite like. 'Cause I'm not-
Sit all petite like
well,
it's
I'm
crazy.
not a petite fella. You know what I mean?
No, you are not.
I'm not a petite little guy.
Neither am I.
You're- okay.
Girl. Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm looking
I'm
at
actually
you.
really skinny. 120. Period.
Really?
Me too, bro. Hey. Me too, bro. Me too.
What can I say? I can't get over it.
It is kind of crazy now that to go out it though, like our guests for episodes. We went from having Evan, who's like probably the smallest person we know besides Mel, to
That's crazy. Besides Mel.
Mel.
Two.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Two. The smallest two? Go on.
I didn't know.
Just
I don't
tell me
know.
a
the
little
most
bit more.
beautiful
I didn't-
lady in the universe.
I don't know where I was going with that.
That's
Oh my
okay.
God.
Gentlemen,
having
if you're
another-
listening out there, this is what
It's
we call
okay.
this is what we call a fumble.
Just,
It's okay.
just-
It's okay, guys. I'm fat, not blind.
You know, I appreciate you for having that self-awareness.
Thank you.
Because I'm gonna be honest though, like, I can't judge. You know what?
Girl.
I can't judge because like I have issues with myself. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
I think like we all have issues with ourselves.
Judging
Yeah,
never
yeah.
does anyone good, bro. Judging never does anyone
I
good.
think that's a fair point.
Live,
I think
love,
that is a good point.
life.
Hashtag live, laugh,
Love,
love.
love,
love.
Live, laugh, love. Is that the new channel slogan? Live, laugh, love.
Love. That's gonna be in the
Where do
bio.
you guys think that term came from?
I have no idea.
I have
Like,
no
'cause I
idea.
feel like it's
Probably
either-
some mom that was
Yeah.
a little depressed.
Some mom in Kansas.
I feel like it's either one of those terms that came about like within the last 20 years, or one of those terms that came out like 1,000 years ago,
Oh my God,
like
yeah.
ancient Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
No,
Shakespeare
okay.
invented it.
I remember when like those posters were coming out. When back when like I was like we were like
Kids.
kids. Like the posters were everywhere. Classrooms,
Oh, yeah.
like restaurants,
Because that
everywhere.
was very much like the trend.
yeah.
It was kind of a trend, actually. You're right. Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite quote? Oh, our producer's giving me a word.
Okay, so the phrase "live,
the
laugh,
phrase "live,
love"
laugh, love.
stems from a Bessie Anderson Stanley poem from 1904.
Oh, you
Oh
were
my
right.
God, it is
Wow.
a
From
I was,
All right.
Well, no, I either said like 20 years ago or 1,000, so I was a little off.
Well, okay, but I get the sentiment.
Bessie.
That's
of it.
Yeah.
wow.
Favorite quote? I
it's
have
a
one from
poem
Zach Bryan.
1904. Do you have a favorite quote?
I do.
What's
Oh my
your-
God,
what's your quote?
have you seen that one clip of the like lady poet? Period. But she was like, you don't have to be good. You don't have to walk on your knees for 100 miles repenting. You just have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. I thought that was a really great quote. Great quote. But it was also super funny because while I was in Washington for my sister's graduation, my mom saw a sticker and she's like on the back of someone's car. It's like, honk if you just want to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves.
Oh, that's
And my mom's
cool.
like, what is that? Is that a furry thing? I'm like,
Oh.
That's crazy.
No, mom.
Okay, this
What-
quote.
what's your quote?
It's I'm unhinged, unworthy, and distasteful to everyone I meet. However, I am loyal to a fault to anyone I find kindness in. I do not and will not fear tomorrow because I feel as though today has been enough.
That's a very.
I really felt that.
period.
Yeah. Mel, do you have a favorite quote?
Nope.
No. I think my favorite
Not
quote.
that I can remember.
That's okay. That's
That's
okay.
Our producer has one.
What's your?
Ride, ride, get head.
All right, and that's getting cut from the
Right,
episode.
what?
Ride red.
He said something inappropriate. that we're not
What's
gonna
Oh,
say.
I
red?
just said it.
Is that
Ride
like
red
your
means like to redline your car.
No.
Wait, what?
Honda.
Oh,
Honda dirt bikes,
I
baby.
was also wrong.
Ride red,
Oh,
motherfucker.
I
Ride
thought you
red.
meant like a Honda Civic. I was like, period? Okay, I see you.
My favorite quote, I think I kind of have two, but my like main one that I kind of say all the time is it's a movie quoting another movie, or it's a book quoting a movie, but it's answer the question, Claire.
Oh, that's
But I'm quoting Ready Player One, the book, and they're quoting Breakfast Club, I think it is. I don't know, that's one of my favorite quotes. And then one of my favorite like serious quote is a really long Bob Marley quote that I can't.
Oh,
remember.
I think
I
might know
can't
what you're
remember
talking about.
verbatim, but it's like it's about love and it's about just not giving up. And it's
Oh yeah,
about-
yeah. I can find it.
Oh wait, I wanted to give you one of my. This is a funny quote.
What's your funny
So
quote?
one of my friends, Sophia, she's my queen. She posted this on her Instagram notes. And side note, I love screenshotting people's freaky Instagram notes. I have like a full
I have-
section in my camera roll for freaky Instagram
have the
notes.
funniest
and some
Instagram
of y'all are
note screenshot.
rancid. But anyway,
Wait, is
it's
it?
okay.
Is it this one?
Some of y'all.
Oh, I don't post on my note.
No, that's
like
so,
never.
that's so real. But she posted one. She was like, "All love, no hate, just opinions, body tea."
No.
And I've been using that every day.
Yes,
Except I
that's so
do
good.
no love, all love, no hate, body tea, just opinions.
Just opinion.
And I just say that like 24/7.
That's a good quote.
Yeah, I have
The-
to say, I love the no judge. Like, I was judged most of my life, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so it's like, just go away.
Just like
Just love life. Just like
Literally.
love people.
let me be.
Let me be. Let them be.
No, I agree. I think that like it's easy to judge and not realize we're judging, like I
Yeah.
did earlier. Which I apologize for. You know, guys, we fumble sometimes. No, the quote that I was thinking of though, it's.
I also
it's a
felt
Bob Marley
this one.
quote.
I felt this one.
This one's a good one. If she's amazing, she won't be easy. If she's easy, she won't be amazing. If she's worth it, you won't give up. If you give up, you're not worthy. Truth is, everybody's gonna hurt you. You just gotta find the one worth suffering for.
Yep.
And like I feel like that's a good one. And then I kind of found before my relationship with Mel, our other co-host over there, all the way on the left, who's I feel like shrinking in frame because you're just all the way on the corner.
Oh, it's
Here, we can
okay.
swap spots if you want. I don't mind.
I'm actually really nice.
So, as long as you're good.
'Cause I'm in
I
the
mean,
sun, but
and
I'm also in
I'm sure
the
it looks good, so that's a little
Okay.
bit. But
You always look good.
You are the main attraction.
Period.
all right, guys. Hey, this is.
Can we cut the cameras? We need to have a moment.
Hey
Actually.
guys,
need that one.
I don't know, 4-person podcast. or-
Hey. I'm usually the only girl. Let me have
Yeah.
my time.
That's true. I
me have my
gotta give you
Hey,
that.
all right. I have. It's not exactly a quote, but it's like something very. It speaks to me, but like it's very true. I think. Yeah. It's like, and
Essence.
it goes. Love is giving someone the power to destroy you, and trusting them to not.
Yeah, that's,
No.
that's
Oh
a
my
solid,
God.
straightforward
Yes.
quote.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a good one.
I have really bad trust issues. Well, before I met Gianni, so
yeah.
it's like a battle with yourself.
No, yeah, I totally get that.
Okay, don't get
So-
full of yourself, buddy.
Calm down.
I'm just the best.
Okay. Sure you are, bud.
He's just like, oh my god, guys, I'm just like so cool and awesome.
Guys, I have
I
so
edit
much,
the whole
I have
thing
so
by
much fame and
myself.
success and money.
God.
Like, oh,
Where's that money at?
Oh, let's talk about it.
it
It all went to these 4 mics, actually.
Yeah, my $200 that I
Yeah,
had went to
darling.
me forward. No, I've been doing really good at saving my money.
Same.
Since having a job and realize, like, honestly, having a job has been the best thing ever for me because it's made me realize, like, oh my gosh, me buying this pack of cards is gonna put me like severely into debt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, I cannot just, like go and buy this week. I have to pay for gas. Like,
So real.
no, that's the other. Sorry, quick aside. That's the one really nice thing about not being in school right now.
Oh yeah.
I have saved so much on gas these
Oh, yeah,
last 4 weeks.
100%.
It's been insane for my bank account. It's been
That's why I'm like, do I really want to try?
No, that's so
Do I
real.
really want to pay for gas?
Yeah, that's why I drive my parents' cars, partially because I don't have my own. But
or that's when you get a job that they give you a gas card.
Really?
that would be
There's-
amazing.
My mom had a job.
Yeah,
where
if you like drive out and stuff.
Oh.
Well, and a lot of jobs, if you commute, I think there's something with their taxes that you can do or whatever that you can check some box or whatever.
Yeah, you can write
You-
off your gas. That's what my sister
Exactly,
does.
which is so huge. I feel like
My-
not enough people take advantage of. Don't take financial advice from us, by the way.
Yeah,
Wait, no,
especially
actually,
not
we
me.
don't know what the
Take
fuck we're talking
financial
about.
advice from 2 people who have a job and then 2 people who are unemployed.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm not saying
hey,
shit. I don't know
getting that
anything.
money.
Hey, wait,
up.
I have a job. It's not very current though. But I'm in a company.
Oh,
A company.
He's the
He,
COO.
No.
He's in Bitcoin.
No, my name is in the company.
Oh,
What?
really?
Okay, what's the
fuck?
company?
Isn't it
My
construction
dad's
company?
contracting business.
Contract.
Oh.
Okay.
You have
Do
a
you, like-
backup job?
So you work as like an employee of it, or are you like a personal owner of the company?
I would have to. I don't
you
think
a-
I'm an owner,
A benefactor?
but I may inherit it.
That's nice.
Gaggy. I love that. I wish my parents had like inheritance. I wish
Dude,
I wish I could
my-
inherit money from like an
too.
old
My
like
grandparents,
relative
I
and like a
wish.
castle. That would be so fun.
my great grandparents
Here's the house.
owned and started a company called Pacific Janitorial, and my grandma and my great aunts ran that company for several years, and it was only after my Nono and Nona passed away that they sold it. And a part of me is like, I understand why they sold it. They had a lot going on. They couldn't handle the business,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it still frustrates me to this day because that could have been something me and my brother could have inherited
Oh,
and
yeah.
like worked in or and to build.
You just have to start
You
your
know.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start
Yeah.
our own. I want to start my own business.
Well, if
Oh,
we ever
yeah.
get this
You would start, like a
podcast,
fashion
like
company.
Exactly.
if this podcast ever becomes something like really big, like where we have 100,000 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers, and like we can take the money we get from it and like put it towards a warehouse or something.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which
Like
would
our
be
own
which would be the dream.
That's
We're
when-
dreaming here. We're dreaming
That's
here.
when I would start like Wellness Wednesday podcast LLC or something, just to
Ooh,
get
yeah.
the financial benefits.
Okay,
of
okay.
having that,
But here's the thing. I just want to say
or incorporate
that,
as a
and this
business.
is stuff we're gonna have to talk about like off the podcast, like the us four, but like the main people. But like I feel like if we can get this thing like going, and like we actually start generating revenue.
revenue.
Revenue. There you go.
This is
Dyslexia.
start with your vocabulary.
He got there. He
okay.
got
You
there.
got there.
I feel like we should all have a share of the company, but this is stuff we gotta talk about.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I
no,
think-
obviously.
Because like all of our names have to be in the company
All our
because we.
bases are
all-
Yeah, oh yeah. I think that if this ever becomes something in the future, in a year or whatever, where we can actually profit off
Big
of,
if.
and we can like take the money from our, hopefully, because the dream in my mind is we do this podcast, it gets popular, we start a Patreon where we do extra content and that kind of stuff. And then if this gets big enough, I would honestly start my own solo channel just to do gaming and that kind of stuff.
I want to do a Twitch channel.
I would love to.
You want to do Twitch
I
channel?
want to do Twitch, and then
Period.
we should play Minecraft.
I like some video games, like I like
Yeah.
Minecraft and stuff, but like I don't really play video games. I'm not a video
I
game
don't have
girly.
time anymore.
I'm a mobile game girly.
Mobile girl.
Give me
You're
on
a
that
mobile
Block
gamer?
Blast. Give
Oh
me on
my
that
God.
Pikmin
iPad
Bloom.
kid?
I was gonna be an iPad kid, but my little sister broke my iPad. So
I'm glad she
when I was
saved
younger,
you.
yeah. But now my little sister's an iPad.
Dodged a bullet.
Genuinely.
No, but like if this is something we ever really start generating a lot of like revenue through, I would love to actually like. I'd love to like do something meaningful with it, and like start a company and really like set ourselves up for success in the future, and you know.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, I
fun.
think it'd be cool. I mean, obviously, like, look, realistically, are we gonna get overnight hit sensation and like go viral? Probably not. But we can dream, and like I think that's the hope.
Well, okay, but also like, especially with making things like this happen, dreaming is what drives it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So like, if you don't have a dream, you don't have it.
I
You
still
don't have
am
vision.
shocked that we were even able to get this all together and like be so consistent as we've been.
Honestly, yeah, especially with how busy our lives are.
Oh yeah, like dude, especially with Logan having to drive over the hill too.
Yeah.
And then
Well, he doesn't mind either.
me working, Mel not having a car, you working and like having Boy Scouts and stuff. I'm shocked that we've all
Oh, football.
had the time in our life and football and had the time in our lives to come together. And I mean also I have great guests on who make the time to
Yeah.
come here and support us on our podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I actually love being here. I actually have watched every single episode, but I do
Shout
have
out.
a question. I have a question as
Yes.
a longtime watcher.
Yeah.
Why did you guys pick Wellness Wednesday? Because when I first
That's
saw
a-
Wellness
a
Wednesday, I
great
thought that it
question.
was like, oh, so
I-
this is going to be like a mental health podcast.
So
And
I
it's just
thought-
you guys talking.
No.
I feel like that's the biggest misconception we've had, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I
But
I think it's really weird too. I didn't even get a
Well,
say
okay,
in
so-
what
That's
the
so
name should be.
horrible.
Well, so I was talking about this with my one of my aunts who is a children's therapist, and
Yeah.
she works up in Truckee for the Truckee middle school and high school school system.
Yeah.
For their therapy stuff, for the kids, and she's been a therapist for a while. But anyways, I was talking to her about it because she noticed I had started a podcast, and she was asking me like, so do you guys like actually do therapy stuff? I was like, not really. And she's like, well, it's okay because if you think about it, some therapy can just be like relaxing and just like decompressing.
I think
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is like our kind of group therapy. for
Honestly,
the week.
yeah.
Like where
Yeah,
we kind of
that's
just
true.
we kind of just air out like, hey, what's been on our minds? Like,
When
what
I-
have we been up to? What's been going on?
I think this is how
Yeah.
we've ran it. Like even like this is how we run our friend group a lot outside of the podcast. Is we just talk, and that's how we just decompress.
Yeah.
Our wellness is being together.
Period.
Yeah.
I love that.
Slogan.
All right.
Put that in the bio,
That's
the
got
Instagram
slogan
bio.
potential.
What?
I think that's the Instagram bio.
What?
Our wellness is being together.
Or
Yes,
maybe
put that in.
yeah,
Put that
yeah.
in.
No, I can
Period.
attest though to the name. I thought of the name. Shout out me again.
You
just
did.
coming up with all the things.
Okay.
No,
wonder
I
it's
came up with Wellness Wednesday because I was like, okay, what day are we gonna put it out? Wednesday.
That's
And I was
true.
like, what rhymes with Wednesday and like sounds good? Wellness Wednesdays. I was like, that's
It's not
catchy.
bad.
It's catchy. It's short. Like it's.
I think we
easy.
should change it later though. I think for now.
I think if
Wacky
we-
Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday.
I think
Whoa,
if we ever
Wednesday.
get far enough in the future where like it becomes an issue or like becomes like something that's really handicapping our growth, then I would consider like, okay, yeah, we need to take a step in another direction. But
Yeah.
I think like as of now,
I
it's
like it
not-
now.
I think it fits and it works and it's easy and
Mm-hmm.
we already have all like the editing stuff done for it and it's just not it'd be a hassle to change.
That's true.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Not to be a
that.
Debbie
I do-
Downer or anything.
No,
No,
but
just
I do
part of
like
growth.
it.
Yeah.
Wellness.
Wellness.
I think it's
Being
it's-
well.
yeah, I think it's just a straightforward name.
Yeah,
You know,
I get that.
Group deep breath. Group breath. out.
Let's do our breathing exercise.
I feel like we've been
actually.
very meta this episode of like talking about the podcast
I
on the
get that.
podcast.
Well, okay, but I think that was because like last podcast we were already kind of in a deep conversation when
You guys
we were
talked about
setting
doing
up.
the entire podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
actually.
know. I didn't.
And Mel
realize.
talked 3 times.
Okay.
I could count on one hand. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. 'Cause actually,
Female
You know
representation.
what? Let's
Put
talk
her
about
in the
this.
center.
For anybody concerned that Mel isn't talking enough, I think that we all have very loud personalities, and Mel doesn't.
I don't. I'm not an
And I think
extrovert.
because of that, unfortunately, Mel ends up getting cut off all the time. I think
Yeah.
the other second reason is the technical reason is that we all know, like, hey, if we talk over each other, the mics are gonna peak. So we
So I
all
try
kind of
not-
try to shut up for each other.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because we have very loud personalities, we are all like, I gotta get this out. I gotta get this out.
Yes, that's how I feel.
It's also like if I don't, I'm gonna forget what the fuck I was gonna say.
No, that is so real. I
Maybe
do
we
that all
do
the
need to
time.
put you in the middle, though.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
you're
can
always
move
off.
right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I feel like
guess
you're
up
always
here.
off
I'll
to the
move to
side,
Arizona.
and like
thank you.
I feel like you're always out on the edge of
Whoa.
the.
This is not
Well,
that kind of
usually-
podcast, girl.
Well, I think that's just because like Logan isn't here, but usually Logan's on
Oh,
the
it's nice.
far side.
That's
You
true.
kept it nice and warm. Thank you.
You're
Um,
Oh, ow.
I didn't
Oh,
realize
sorry.
that though.
No,
we
it's not
literally.
you.
Oh, is everything okay?
Yeah, it was just like a leaf thing.
Okay.
Oh, and
Because
We-
somebody didn't sweep the thing. Let's talk about it.
Let's air that out.
oh, no, I
No,
guess
but I didn't realize how long we talked about Dune, but we
Oh,
talked about
yeah.
Dune
Oh,
for
yeah.
like 25 minutes.
I had a lot to say about that.
Okay, let's talk about Dune.
No,
2.
actually.
No, okay,
Cut the
no.
cameras, cut the cameras.
Actually, let's talk about the Dune video game that just came
Oh,
out.
God.
It's actually supposed to be really good.
Oh, we're not gonna talk
Don't
about this
know.
right now.
Don't know. I
don't play video games.
Don't play video games.
Surrounded by haters, help me.
Maybe you're the odd one out.
Maybe.
Apparently.
Shame,
Yeah,
shame.
shame the non-believer, Charlie. Shame.
Shame the non-believing, shame.
It's a magical Leopoldo, Charlie. It's gonna lead the way.
Have you seen any good movies?
Any good movies?
What's your top 5 movies right now?
Scooby-Doo.
That's
No,
insane.
but I'm trying to think like good movies. Gosh, I don't like, because my mom, she's the kind of person who she's like, oh, let's go watch a movie, let's watch a new movie, let's watch a new movie. I'm very much so the kind of person, like, I can watch the same thing over and over again. And like sometimes we can watch new stuff, but I'm very like, you know.
Do you have a favorite genre, like right
Favorite
now?
genre?
Or just in general?
Well, I do like adult cartoons. I think those are fun.
Like
I
like
love,
Rick and Morty style?
Yes, and I want to see the new season of Rick and Morty.
I'm almost
When is
done
it
with
coming
season
out?
7.
It's already out, but
Oh,
it's
it
only
is?
out on,
on their
Adult
website?
Swim.
Oh, that's so
So you
lame.
can you either have to pay for it or you have to have something already connected to Adult Swim, and I
That's
don't.
lame.
So I have to wait till it comes out on HBO. But
I wonder how long that's going to take.
yes, but I love South Park. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That's my favorite.
That one's funny.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is so good.
I've
And
seen like clips of that one.
it's so good.
funny.
It's like look at him and tell me there's a God. He made me in his own image.
I was, you know, the funny thing, I was literally just quoting that last night to Evan. Do you remember me saying that?
That is so real.
That's hilarious that you bring that up.
But I did watch I also love The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Have you
What?
seen it?
No, but I've heard it's really like.
Oh,
It's
that's like
so
that's like the
good.
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, yeah,
Housewives
well-
type.
Kind of,
It's
but it's. I need to like talk, but I just love it so much.
I heard it's really funny. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's really good and really funny.
Yeah. It's a bunch of like Mormon mom influencers who are all in a big group. There was a swinging scandal where they were all like doing each other's husbands.
That's insane.
So
That's
that was
wild.
bad. And which period, but you know, you're Mormon and you're like doing.
Yeah,
this,
it's
like-
you guys
I
are supposed to be
don't-
like penguins.
No, do you know why we do the clapping?
no.
It's a
So
cut.
we do the clapping so that when I go back and edit the videos, we know where to cut.
Oh my.
Because when I'm just like skimming through it, I'm just like, okay. And then I just see this, I'm like, okay, I need to cut here.
Oh, that's so real.
Just so we know. Really.
But they're all like crazy and they do crazy stuff and there's like a bunch of drama and like they're all like at least one of them is pregnant all the time, which is kind of weird, but like
Well,
whatever.
It's their religion. They
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
procreate.
Yeah, and it's funny because
Wow.
at the end of the second
John
season,
Smith.
they were talking about Joseph Smith actually.
Joseph.
Yeah.
I said
If you're
John
gonna
Smith.
pretend to be Mormon, do it right. I'm not doing this fake Mormon stuff, but at the end of the second season, they were even talking about like the Mormon Church and stuff because they're trying to be like progressive Mormons because they're like trying to be more like for women,
Modern.
femininity period, femininity. I meant to say
Anemone.
feminist stuff, right?
Femininity.
Period. So they were trying to do that, but then at the end of the second season, some of them are like, yeah, I'm not even really that Mormon. I'm just like I'm a Christian, and then like I live in Utah, and I'm like,
Dude, that's like actually
okay.
like
That's actually becoming more and more popular.
that's actually like betrayal.
being Christian or living
No,
in
just
Utah?
living in Utah and not being and not already being Mormon.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Being Christian or living.
I was gonna say living in Utah. I mean, I
crazy.
don't know. Utah's fine, I guess.
Utah's beautiful. I haven't never been there, but I've like seen
I've
pictures and
never
stuff.
been.
Me neither.
I can't say I've been.
You want to know some place that I went that was so beautiful?
What?
While I was up in Washington, my sister, her boyfriend, our family all went to this lake. It was like Lakewood or something. Up in
Lake,
like Bell.
I'm so tired. I'm like, I think my comedy and like my timing and my wit has just declined. I think I peaked early on in the episode and I'm coasting now.
That is so real. But so we went there and it was so gorgeous. And I've like never really been to a lake before. I mean,
No.
I went to Lake Tahoe once, but that was when it was snowing. And I had never seen snow when I went to Lake Tahoe, so I was caring more about the snow than I was about the lake.
Yeah.
So, and I was also like 12, so I didn't like care. I was like, can I go inside and have a hot cocoa, please?
Can I go inside and
But-
watch Stampy Long Nose on my iPad? That's a deep
Stampy
cut.
Long Nose
that's
on my
That's a
iPad.
deep cut. For any of you kids our age that freaking watched Minecraft growing up, that was a deep cut that just made you cry. Anyways. back to what you were saying.
Anyways, it was just so beautiful because you go through these like, it's like this break in like the dense forest, and then you come out and you see this beautiful green grass, and then you see like the dock, and you see the lake, and then you see beautiful mountains behind it. And it was like partially sunny, but it was also still cloudy because it was like Washington and like clouds live there apparently. And but it was just so beautiful. And my phone died. So I couldn't take any pictures of it, but at the same time I feel like pictures wouldn't do it justice. You know what I mean?
So I went on this like week and a half canoeing / backpacking trip out in like BF Canada, and yeah. So
Boyfriend Canada?
no,
Sorry.
Okay, you may have to cut this out, but
I need to go there,
Butt
period.
fuck Canada, out of butt fuck nowhere. Just like there was no living persons other than
We
us.
can keep that in. That's acceptable.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys will understand because it'll be covering the episode.
But anyways, it was like my phone died about 2 days in, and I had 2 portable chargers, fully charged. Except I was lazy and also just like, you know what? I want to focus because like all the other trips I did before that, it was like I always had my phone charged for the pictures, and so I feel like I didn't fully immerse myself. And so that trip I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna leave my phone in my dry bag and just never take it out. And I regret it a little bit because the only pictures I really have are cloudy days that don't really do it justice at all. But Canada, it was so beautiful because all I did was canoe and sleep like next to the lake all week and like just walk these super short trails in between they're called portages, but in between lakes. And it was just like super fun.
Yeah.
And
sounds like so
I feel like pictures would never do that justice.
We gotta still plan our
I know.
backpacking
I
trip.
need to find a
We gotta
time when
figure that out.
find a weekend where I can start planning it.
Yeah.
I agree that pictures, like, I feel like there's also moments where you don't need to take a picture. Like, it's just your
Yeah.
brain. Like, you were full on imagery, like, explaining it. Like, you don't need a picture.
Yeah.
And I think some places you have to go and experience it.
Yeah, I totally get that. And it's also like sometimes when you're going to take a picture, you get so absorbed with the fact that you're taking the picture that you're not
Yeah.
actually enjoying it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And so I'm trying to like make an effort to be less performant. I don't want to say like, oh, I'm going to try to limit my screen time because I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not lie to ourselves here. The 23 hours
just
and
be more
49 minutes.
present.
But it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to be more present and less like performative and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, that was like, I forget who it was, but somebody on. Do you guys know what Smosh is?
Yeah.
Smosh. Somebody, I think it was Shane from Smosh was like talking about, they were doing an episode where they were reading their old diaries or journals, and he was looking back and being like, oh my god, like I was totally not writing this for myself. Like I was writing this as if somebody was gonna read it. Like, and it is kind of that realization of like, oh my god, I am, even in my private life, in my solidarity, I'm putting on a mask for other people, and it's like, holy, like I need to not do that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Crazy.
You know?
I feel like I've done that like a lot, you know, just growing up because
Like recently or just in general?
I feel like just throughout my whole life, because my great grandmother, she was the kind of person who she was like always, you know, to the nines. She was that kind of girl. Period, by the way. R.I.P. grandma. But anyway, she was always that kind of person. She was always the best host, you know. She was doing everything for everyone all the time. And I feel like she didn't have a lot of time to just like be herself and be genuine, and a lot of things that she like held back and didn't tell people because she didn't want to, you know, she didn't want to put on this different thing, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've done that a lot just because like I emulate her, or there are a lot of like amazing aspects about her that I try to like emulate in my own life, but I do want to try to make an effort to be more like less, I don't know, I don't want to say like less agreeable, because I am like, I love agreeing with people, I love being like that kind of person, but I also want to make an effort to just be like, have my own opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not just do what everything else is doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree. Because growing up, every time I would be myself, like I would get shot down, or like, you're being too much, you're not enough, or all that stuff. So I feel like, especially like since summer started, and like definitely next year, I want to try and not think about what other people would be thinking, and think about more about me.
Yeah.
And like just not putting on a mask,
Yeah.
and not
Yeah,
being
period.
agreeable and all
Exactly,
that stuff. Like,
That's kind of what I've been doing. And like that's like, I feel like when we go out in public and you're like, oh my god, you're being crazy, you're like, oh my god, how are you acting like that? Because it's like, in my mind, that is me. And like, so you know, like when I go up to people, I'm like, oh, I'm just talking to strangers, and I'm just doing that.
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
feel like
love
that
talking
very
to
much is like, I think how I normally am, and I'm just very like,
But you being crazy is you saying cuss words really loud.
I don't think that's,
and-
I
and-
think,
That's not true.
I don't
and
think that's
saying
all of
certain
it,
things that you
but
shouldn't be saying.
I don't
Yeah,
out
let's
think-
talk
loud.
I
about
don't
that.
think-
Actually,
That's
can
what
we
I
put that in
call
the
crazy.
I don't think that's all of what I'm doing.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I do agree. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you're being crazy, but that's just you being you, because I'm not used to being me, you know.
Okay, so
But
I
some
want.
things that are crazy aren't. I
Something
say
about
some
you
of
need
them
to
are
stay
crazy.
on the inside.
So like I find that like I was definitely in my younger childhood I was having a hard time because I got bullied a lot. I'll admit it, and I was not the coolest cat
Me too.
in the world.
Okay, the fact that you said coolest cat lets me know that you were not.
We know.
indeed.
Yeah.
No, I was not cool at all. I got bullied a lot. But I just finally came to a point where I was like, you know what? Fuck everyone else who thinks less of me. You can go on your merry way. I don't care about what you think.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be me because I'm only on this planet once, and I gotta
Yeah.
live life to the fullest.
That's
Yeah.
me when
So
I
this
started
is,
high school.
and then especially when I like joined the friend group, it was like, and the friend group just kept on building on to people, and we were all matching each other's energy. It was like, I found my people.
exactly.
I'm like this,
Yeah.
and so now I'm always like 100% myself.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
I think that's very much
and I love
how I
that.
felt when I joined the friend
Yeah,
group.
it was like I finally found my people who can match me.
I think the
Exactly.
craziest thing about our friend group is that
My people.
somehow, some way, we've avoided any like major drama.
Well,
Thank
okay, but that's
God.
because first of all of us pretty much don't like drama inside the friend group.
All of us are pretty anti.
Okay, there was one period, all right,
I do love a little
but like we try and
Just a
avoid
little
it.
bit.
And
Gossip.
I think that's partly why we also just don't do politics, because we know we all have different views and that could drive us away. But it keeps the friend
Yeah.
group together.
Yeah,
Period.
Period. I don't know.
I respect that. I think that's a good take.
Yeah.
Although Nick doesn't help sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't help at all.
What a crazy guy that
He's
guy-
a crazy guy.
What a crazy fella.
What a crazy
I
old
feel
chap.
like in this podcast, Nick has become this like shadow entity that's never like actually been introduced
He's just present,
or like
glooming around.
He's a
or like he's never
mysterious
actually
figure.
been on the podcast or on camera or like mic'd up or anything.
Never.
But he's become this shadow entity that we are just like deathly afraid of.
I'm not afraid of him. I think we just kind of should
You
talk
should
him a
be.
little bit.
I'm afraid of him.
I'm not afraid of him.
I think
Stay
if he was
away.
on this podcast, we'd get instantly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why we haven't brought him on yet, because we know we have to.
Instantly.
We're gonna have to try hard to censor.
all
him.
of our sponsors are gonna
You
pull their
know-
backing.
Girl, what sponsors?
No, we don't have sponsors.
You know, we probably should do it now just to get it over with before we get the views. You know, before we get.
I disagree
But
with
then
that.
the
I'm
thing
like-
is, when you have a podcast like that, and then, you know, as you go on, people will go back and look at those early episodes,
So
and they'll
never
be
have
like,
him
Well,
on.
okay, but it's
Oh,
not fair to him to just
so-
keep him off the whole time.
No,
I think it
we'll
is
have,
fair.
I will have him on eventually.
you'll just have to have like a field day with the editing.
Oh yeah.
Just be like,
yeah, the whole episode.
We're gonna have to film for 2 hours just to get a 45-minute episode.
yeah. Wait, I also have another question.
Yes.
So why are like the episodes all just an hour for a reason? Just
So
like you can't talk more?
we
'Cause you
set
don't
a
want
timer
to?
for 45 minutes. We kind of loosely follow that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if it rings, we keep going for another 5 minutes. It's okay. But we set it for 45 minutes, just so we kind of know where we're at, how long it's running, and we try not to go over an hour, which I think so far we've been pretty successful. And no shorter than 40 minutes, no longer than an hour, because I think that's just a good range of like, nobody wants to sit down and listen to a 2 hour, 2.5 hour. Okay.
I do.
Fair.
Well, okay,
Like,
but here's
I
the thing.
do.
I've also listened to 2-hour podcasts, but at some points it just gets super rambly, and I have to skip forward.
And I think we need to save some topics.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
to stretch
exactly.
it
Yeah,
out a
I
little
get that. I
bit.
get that.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think so far too we've been really successful at. Hey, let's literally like we have not brought any topics. Nobody's like brought anything that they want to talk about. Like we kind of just film and go and like throw stuff at the wall. I think eventually, like, yes, we will probably have to start coming with like, hey, here's 3 topics I want to talk about, and like
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah,
try to
I get that.
loosely.
We should make
follow.
a Google Doc and then just
That'd
put
be
things
that
that
would
we
be
want
fun.
to talk
Yeah.
So far, yeah, we've been pretty successful at just like.
Well, I think that's also because of just we've been doing that on our own for so long. Whenever
Yeah.
we're at lunch, we're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 245 minutes is a good benchmark of like any more than that, and you can kind of see a decrease in like we just get slower. We kinda
Yeah.
get,
I get
like
that,
we run
yeah.
out of steam, so to speak.
We should make a 2-hour podcast.
We should.
be
I
so
once
funny.
watched a 3-hour video essay about the 4 notes in the Disney Channel chime that from like the early 2000s, and I cried at the end.
Dude,
It was
my
so powerful, and I loved it.
favorite,
It was actually amazing.
not video essay, but like YouTube video, technically not a YouTube video, is there, if you go on YouTube, there's like a 7.5 hour video that is the entire original 1996 Berserk in anime in HD dubbed. I've sat down and watched the whole thing, not in one sitting, but over the course of several days. It is one of the best things that I've ever sat down and watched. And then other than that, my favorite video essay, I don't know if it's that long. I think it might actually only be like 50 minutes. But it's called Fear of the Cold, or like Fear of the Dark, or something like that. But it's this Jacob Geller video essay. It's amazing. It's so good. I love that guy. Shout out him. He's a great video essay.
Get him on the pod.
Get him on the pod. He's a little. I think he's a little too popular for us.
Yeah. It's okay.
I love watching video essays like that,
Mm-hmm.
or like even just like the Minecraft movies,
Oh
just in
my
the
God,
background
yes.
while I'm doing whatever.
I'll
I
put that
love
on like while I'm doing the dishes. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I love like long podcast episodes, because
Yeah.
I'll like watch your guys' pod while I'm doing the dishes
Ah.
or while I'm cleaning my room,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just like, or I'm doing like homework and stuff, and I just need something in the background,
Exactly.
and it's fun too because it's like you're talking with people. I'm very much so the kind of person who's like, I need a visual aid. I can't. I'm a visual learner.
For real. Me,
But period. But I'm like very much so the kind of person who's like, I can't watch like a blank screen and just
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to something. I need to watch and listen to something.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not staring at it the whole time, just like something to go back to.
and just to think that there's like people, and for me, I can't do Spotify because it's just like whispers in your ear, and it like freaks me out. I'm like, where are the
See,
people?
I think of it the opposite way. When I have people, like if I'm listening to a podcast on Spotify, it honestly helps me because there's like they'll talk about something and I'll pause it and I'll start talking to myself like, oh damn, that's a really good idea. Like and like I'll kind of start going more with the idea or like, you know, progressing that.
I get that.
You know.
I do the same thing, I fear. I'll pod an episode and I'll be like, period. I agree with
I
that.
listen to I don't listen to very many. I listen to a couple, and I think definitely as summer's gone on, it's gotten harder to keep up because like I'm not paying attention to it as much. Whereas I feel like during the school year, I would literally only listen to them during like the
Scares
like
me every
my
time.
drive to and from school.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, you don't. You're
the-
good. You're good. Yeah, we're good. We're
Do
good.
you know Vanilla something? What's her name on YouTube? The podcast.
Oh my god, yes.
I love
Are you guys talking about Vanilla Mace?
Yeah.
No, it's a T.
She, like-
What's her? It's something Vanilla.
Yeah.
Is it
yeah.
Mace?
She like used to be the stripper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is she
Vanilla
still?
Mace. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we keep
Oh.
that in the
She was on the Fear and podcast.
Ugh,
That's
she's
how
so-
I know.
I
love her.
I recently, cause on Instagram, the people would just be like, I love her, like she's so good. And then she popped up on my YouTube one day, and I'm like, let me check her out.
Let me
And
take
then
a
I found
little
out she had a podcast. Now I listen to it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I love it, and she does like little phone calls, and I'm like, that's
is
so cool.
fun. I
That's
love
so
that.
cool.
My favorite clip of her is when she's getting the Christmas thing, and she goes back and have you seen the clip?
No, I haven't seen the Christmas.
So
thing.
she like
Is that the clip she got popular for?
yeah, for the Pop Mart thing. So she went to go out and she got the one that she didn't want, and then she
Oh.
went and she got more, and she got the exact same.
You
one.
want to know?
So
You want to know why I know about this? Because I was listening to another podcast where she was the guest for that episode. I kind of listen to podcasts that they're all like in the same group, so
Me-
that's kind of how I know about
Well,
this thing.
I've only just started. It's been a few days, and I've just been listening to her podcast. I haven't really
Yeah.
been watching her YouTube videos.
That's all right.
But yeah, I think it's so cool. Like she talks about being a stripper, and then she talks about, oh my God, the one where like that person was being an Airbnb.
Oh my
I
God,
thought that
yes,
was
yes,
I thought that was so
so
funny. I'm like, and she has to hide her cat.
No, that's so real. Those cats are so
That's gonna be
cute.
me. I'm gonna have to put my cats under the
I
bed.
love cats. They're so cute.
So cute.
So precious.
I think that's a
Alrighty.
good point to end off.
Oh yeah, period.
I think we've hit our time
Bye.
mark for today. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Wellness Wednesday podcast, episode 5.
Episode 5.
Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Watch our other videos. Check out our Instagram, wellness_Wednesday_podcast. Is it underscored?
Is 3 underscores necessary?
I don't know if
I'm
it's
sorry.
underscored. I don't know if
Was
it's
Wellness
underscored.
Wednesday
But check
with
out the
only 2,
Wellness Wednesday
taken?
podcast.
Ah, doesn't hurt.
I think that's it. All right. Thank you.
Bye.